What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Will back with another video. And today, we got this final prediction video. We're going to be reacting to all of the AFC North teams' records, schedule, and give you guys, I'm going to say my final predictions. Of course, we're going to see after training camp. I'll give you guys my actual record on who I think will win. But this is like a way too early record/prediction video. So we're going to do each team. We're going to start off with the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to base this off usually how the team plays out and how everything goes. As you know, like the Bengals start off a little slow usually. But we're about to get into it. I'm going to say they start off, what's this, week 1? I'm going to say they win against the Patriots, lose to the Chiefs, the Commanders, the Panthers, the Ravens, the Giants. I think they lose to the Browns, lose to the Eagles. I think they lose to the Baltimore Ravens. They get the so they can go at Cleveland, at Eagles, then Raiders, Ravens, Chargers, Pittsburgh. Then they finish with the Cowboys, Titans, Browns again, Broncos, and the Steelers. So going through this and breaking down their schedule. So week 1 against the Patriots, I give them a dub. Give them a loss to Kansas City Chiefs. Week 2 against the Commanders, give them a dub. Panthers dub. Ravens dub. Giants dub. Browns loss. Eagles loss. Raiders dub. Ravens loss. Chargers loss. Pittsburgh a dub. Cowboys loss. So that'd be 7. Titans dub. Browns dub. Broncos dub. And then Steelers again. I give them a loss. So I think they'll be around 10-7. Around 10-7. I say 11 games at most. And I say their floor is probably going to be about 8 games. Just looking and viewing their schedule. They start off pretty light, like really. They just get a bad, rough time going on the road. They do get the Browns at home. But they go, against the Cowboys, the Chargers, a lot of traveling. So the Cincinnati Bengals really come down to their health. If Joe Burrow is playing and he's healthy, I think their defense takes a little bit of a step back this year. So I think they're going to be around 10 games. If I really wanted to do a cool prediction now, I say they about 10-7. I could see 11-6 though very easily. It really just depends. So we're going to go ahead and pull up the Baltimore Ravens. So right now we got the Bengals at 10-7. That's going to probably make some of y'all mad too. But I just think their defense take a step back. I think that's really what I'm harping on. I could be wrong. If their defense don't take a step back and they keep Joe Burrow and everybody's still healthy and cool, what happens with Trey Henderson? What happens with T. Higgins? Do they play? Do they not play? Do they sit out? If T. Higgins sits out, what effects does that do on their offense? If Trey Henderson doesn't play, that's a big piece. That's their best defensive player. So I think 10-7 is pretty cool. I'm not going to say 9-8 because I'm going to give Joe Burrow a little bit more respect than that. But getting into the Baltimore Ravens, going through their schedule. They got a pretty tough schedule. All right, so let's start this off and count off their dubs. So they go at Kansas City. I'm going to give them a loss. The Raiders, I'm going to give them a dub. Cowboys, I'm going to give them a loss. That's at Dallas. They play the Bills at home. I'm going to give them a dub. They play at Cincinnati. I'm going to give them a loss. They play against the Commanders, the Buccaneers, dub at Cleveland. I'm going to give them a loss. The Broncos, the Bengals, I'm going to give them dub at Pittsburgh. I'm going to give them a loss. And then they go at the Chargers. I'm going to give them a dub. Against the Eagles, I'm going to give them a dub. Bye week, Giants, Pittsburgh. I'm going to give them a loss against the Texans. And then against the Browns, I'm going to give them a dub. So I see the Ravens at about 11-6. probably about between 12 and 10 wins, where I see Baltimore finish at. You wonder if they're going to continue to still be that high good defense, but the addition of Derrick Henry will probably be at about 11 games. I think they're not going to be as good as they was last season, and they got a tougher schedule. You already got to play this division. You got Pittsburgh that got better, Cleveland that got better, Cincinnati that may take a step back. Outside of that, you're playing a pretty tough schedule. You know, you got the Texans on here, you got the Cowboys. You already play everybody in the division twice. You got the Eagles, the Chargers on here. You also got, the Buccaneers who could be frisky, the Bills, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. So, it's a pretty difficult schedule for a team that didn't stay maintained. I think they took a little bit of a drop with losing guys, like Patrick Queen. So, but they did have the addition of Derrick Henry. I don't really think it's gonna be that big of a difference, because it's not like. Are we sure he's gonna lead the team in rushing over Lamar Jackson? I don't necessarily know. Lamar's still gonna get his, so it's not to here nor there. I do think his touchdowns is gonna be good though for them. So, I think they'll be at about 11 wins, man. Put them at 11-6. That's what I see for the Baltimore Ravens. All right, so they start off against the Falcons. Now that's a weird team. So they go Falcons, Broncos, Chargers, Colts, Cowboys, Raiders, Jets, Giants, Commanders. Oof. All right, let's get into this Steelers one. So they start off at the Falcons. I'm gonna give them a loss. They play at the Broncos. That's a dub. The Chargers dub. At the Colts, I'm going to give them a loss. Against the Cowboys, I'm going to give them a loss. The Raiders, dub. The Jets, I don't know, man. Sunday Night Football against the Jets in New York, I'm going to give them a loss. The Giants, dub. They get a bye week. Going into that bye, they be like 4-4. Commanders, dub. Ravens, dub. Browns, loss. Bengals, loss. So that's 6 losses. Browns, dub. Eagles, loss. Ravens, loss. Chiefs, loss. And Bengals, I'm going to give them a dub. So I got Pittsburgh finishing between 10 to 8 wins. I think that'd be about 9-8. It's the 9-8 Steelers. I think they're gonna be 9-8. This is a pretty difficult back end of the schedule, man. If you got to bench Russell Wilson, it's gonna be a pretty toxic situation. But I think they still scrape out 9 dubs here, and I think they finish 9-8. Oh, Cleveland Browns schedule. They get the Cowboys. Now they get the Cowboys at home. I'm gonna pick the Browns to win that game only because you got a Cleveland Browns team that's really good at home, a defense that's really good at home. They only lost 1 home game. They lost 2 home games in the last 2 seasons since this Deshaun Watson became unsuspended. So I think it'll be a really tough way for the Cowboys to come into Cleveland and win that. So I'm gonna give the Browns a dub. I'm gonna give them a dub against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm gonna give them a dub against the Giants. I'm gonna give them a loss against the Raiders. I'm gonna give them a dub against the Commanders. I'm gonna give them a loss against the Eagles. I'm gonna give them a dub against the Bengals, a dub against the Ravens, and a dub against the Chargers. A dub against the Saints. And then this is the Steelers, a dub against the Steelers, a dub against the Broncos. And then I think they're going to lose to Pittsburgh. I think they'll lose to the Chiefs. Is that in Cincinnati? Yep, lose to the Bengals. And then I think they'll beat the Dolphins and finish out with the Ravens. Who knows how that game goes. So I got the Browns between about 12 and 12 and 10 wins for this Cleveland Browns team. I really would say 13. That's kind of reaching for the skies. But I think this Cleveland Browns team would be about 12 and 5. I think this would be about another 12 and 5 year. So if I was to rank these teams out and give you guys where I think the teams will finish at, I think it'd be Cleveland, Baltimore tied at 12 and 5. I think they might have to play that last game out at the end of the year to figure out who wins the division. I think the Bengals will end up at 3rd place, and I think the Steelers will end up in 4th place but still finish in 9th. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could actually still probably make the playoffs. Despite them going 9-8, I think they'll probably still have a good chance to make the playoffs, depending on what's going on with the AFC. But I do think that the Browns or the Ravens do win this division. So I'll probably put it Baltimore Browns, Cincinnati, and then Pittsburgh, or, Cleveland, Ravens. What are we talking about? The Browns win the division. We're going to go Browns 1, Baltimore 2, Cincinnati 3, and Pittsburgh 4. I got the Browns finishing at 12 and 5, Baltimore being 11 and 6. I got the Bengals at 10 and 7, Pittsburgh at 9 and 8. Really tough division. A race that's going to be only separated by 2 games, I think. I think the Browns go 3 and 3 in the division. I think the Ravens, it's going to really come down to the division record in those games, depending on what's going on in the league, of course. I don't know if we get a 1 seed. The 1 seed may come out of the AFC. I think the Baltimore Ravens will either be the 1 seed with the Browns being a 4 seed again, or I think the Cleveland Browns will end up being a 1 seed. That's if Kansas City, or the Texans don't take off and win the 1 seed. That could just happen. So, you guys comment down below how y'all feel about it, man. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what y'all think the records and the predictions will be. And I'm out. Peace.